Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is George and welcome back to another video. I have yet again expanded the arsenal of things to react to. Before the video starts, I do want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I know you may all want to see each other and, you know, hug each other, kiss each other, but please, love through a Zoom call, okay? Also, it's my parents' anniversary today. They were married. They got married on Valentine's Day. 17 years, just about as old as I am. They were planning on getting married anyway, and then my mom came up pregnant with me, and then my parents were like, well, I guess we have to get married now. I don't have school on Monday, so this makes more time for editing and more time to get uploads in. So here we go. 5 scary ghost videos that might make you scream. I have my own ghost story that I'm gonna tell at the end of this. Be ready for that, but let's see what we got here.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Just passing by. Facebook user Sandra Fulton Hamilton John shares a short video of her friend Jack Panera in which she believes that he accidentally captured proof of the paranormal. In the video, Jack, who is deaf, is talking in sign language with his girlfriend when something unexpected makes a sudden appearance.
Ooh.
Jack is completely unaware of the strange dark figure that quickly darts past him in the background. Even stranger, when the footage is brightened and slowed down, this figure appears to have no visible features that catch the light. So Did Jack accidentally capture a ghost on camera? Or is it something else? Let me know what you think.
Nobody moves that fast and looks just all black like that.
Mario Lara claims that ever since the opening of his party and event store in Guadalajara, Mexico, strange events started to take place inside his store. When he captures the alleged activity on camera and shares it to his Facebook page, his videos go viral. In fact, a short while ago, I featured the story of Mario and his store on this channel. From piñatas spinning on their own, to workers getting spooked by unexplained flying objects, to one late night when a terrifying figure seems to emerge from a pile of piñatas.
No. Shut your store down and leave. Ooh. Ooh, and it pointed towards him.
And
no.
Then this.
What? Oh, hey.
All of the bizarre activity Mario blames on a single seemingly possessed piñata that continuously seems to move on its own.
La dejé así. Yo la dejé así. Y la dejé encerrada.
So he singled out one of the doll. Oh.
Mira, vamos a ver las hijo de su puta madre.
Now, Mario says he is so terrified of the piñata that he called for a shaman to take it from him in hopes that the haunting events in his store would stop. However,
did they?
After the piñata is taken, the activity only seems to get worse.
Ooh,
when the
okay,
shaman
that's...
tells Mario that he left the piñata in an abandoned car in the middle of nowhere, Mario decides to retrieve it, hoping that bringing the piñata back will actually calm down the bizarre activity in his store.
Why?
He broadcast his car drive to pick up the piñata live on his Facebook page. And of course, it did not go well. After a long drive, he reaches his destination and leaves his vehicle in search of the abandoned car in which supposedly he can find the piñata.
Ooh, the car's all messed up.
No.
Is the piñata in there? That must be it. Get the piñata and go. Get it. Grab it. Get it and go. Yes, it's in there. Okay, great. Get it and go. Get it. Get it.
Mario hears strange noises and feels like he's being followed. But eventually, he finds the piñata.
Yes.
He takes it back to his car and starts his drive home. And this is when things get truly terrifying.
What happened? What is that? What's with the screaming? What's with the noises? Hey, he's speeding up! He sped up a few miles. Ooh. Nothing's going to happen. When it comes to stuff like this, you will not, I promise you, you will never find black people. I'm telling you, we do not do this. If there was some stuff going on in this house, we are moving. He crashed. How bad is it? Did you just hit something or? Oh. Well, okay, that. What'd he hit? No, it's not that bad. I hear noises, like somebody crying. Oh, his bumper's messed up. Oh, he hit some rocks. Dang.
Mario hears a blood-curdling scream which shakes him up so badly that he eventually crashes his car. After he inspects the outside of his vehicle, he seems to make a run for it and the live stream mysteriously ends. Now, what's truly creepy about this footage is something a few alert viewers pointed out in Mario's comments. You see, right before Mario hears the scream and crashes his car, something absolutely horrifying can be seen sitting right behind Mario in the back seat of his car.
Those two red lights. Oh, I didn't. Oh. Yeah, I see that. It looks like two little. It looks like a skull with eyes.
Could it be that Mario made the wrong decision in picking up the allegedly cursed piñata that he believed?
It looks like a ghost in his backseat just.
Caused the haunting in his store? And just what is this? You decide. For over 2 years, Lee and his family have been experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in their home in Lee, England. If you don't remember or you're new to the channel, here's a quick recap of Lee's terrifying captures in his home.
Ooh. No. 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 Nope. And they still live there? I'm pretty sure they do. Ooh, I saw that. There's like something moving in there. I done seen that. What? What am I supposed to be looking at? Oh. There's a shadow. Ooh, be gone.
And the activity hasn't stopped since. Late one night, after Lee nods off to sleep on the couch in the living room, he captures something on camera once again.
So
all of it while fast asleep and completely oblivious to the creepy events happening around him.
What? Oh. Leave. Move. Is that it? No. No. Nope.
A teddy bear sitting in the corner of the living room gets violently thrown into the air at incredible speed and lands on the floor off camera. Then as Lee is still fast asleep on the couch, something slowly pulls down his cover. As a very deep sleeper, Lee says that he had no idea what was happening in the same room with him late that night. He only discovered the shocking activity when he looked back at the CCTV footage. Another night, and Lee and his wife are fast asleep in bed at 4 in the morning. They capture something again. Something truly bizarre and a bit disturbing.
Oh. It's just a person. It's like a person just sitting there. Hey, what you doing? Hey, leave him alone. They're sleeping. Days of sleeping. Oh, he gone. Alright, bye.
A white translucent mist-like shape slowly creeps into frame, seemingly hovering over the sleeping and defenseless couple. Then the shape slowly vanishes just as mysteriously as it appeared. Lee believes it was a ghost that was watching them as they slept. The same ghost that has been terrorizing the family over the course of 2 years. So,
2 years?
What do you think?
I wouldn't even be sat there for 2 seconds. Why? Leave. Get a priest at least. I don't know. Oh, Jesus.
TikTok user Carolina Giselle from Argentina says that she watched a very strange film that is said to be cursed by a demonic presence. Carolina says that after watching the video, strange things began to happen around her home. One night, Carolina is playing a scary video game with her friend and broadcasting it live on TikTok. Then something happens that's a bit odd.
Is that an Xbox controller? Or a PlayStation 5 controller? Ooh.
A tissue roll sitting on the table in front of them gets knocked to the floor, startling both Carolina and her friend. Now, that's certainly not so disturbing, but over the course of the next couple of weeks, more creepy incidents begin to take place inside Carolina's home.
Wow.
And she records it all.
I don't speak Spanish. Ooh. Oh, that's a cat or a dog. I was about to say, I was like, nope. Uh-oh. You know when dogs start tripping, something's there.
Carolina wakes to some odd noises, and when she checks her house, she finds nothing.
And then this door,
the door slams right behind her, seemingly on its own. Again, this is not necessarily so disturbing, but then things take a turn toward the truly bizarre.
To a copyright. Hey, what you doing? Who doing that? Someone's knocking on her windows. Don't go outside.
Someone or something outside roughly taps on Carolina's windows, but when she goes to check, there's nothing there. But the strange activity in Carolina's home begins to become a bit more intense.
What? No. 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 Chief. Move!
And then, one night, something terrifying happens that chills Carolina to the bone.
What? Dude, bring one of your dogs with you. Oh, the lines aren't working. If you... What was that? If you bring a dog with you, you'll be a little safer. Hey, yo, what's happening? What is that, at her garage? Oh no, she's outside. Ooh, wait a minute. I saw that. There's like a little figure there behind the tree.
Carolina wakes to strange noises from her backyard. She goes to check, but her lights seem to be malfunctioning. When she steps into her backyard, someone or something seems to be lurking behind a tree. Its dark silhouette just barely visible.
I see that.
And with that, Carolina has had enough. She decides to just get out of there. You can follow Carolina's continuing creepy story.
Does she move out of the house is my question.
Giselle. In another bizarre video, Yuyu from the TikTok account Siok Channel is asking Siri random questions with her friends when suddenly things take a chilling turn.
Which, I hope it happens again. Shh. Hey Siri, what is plasma in blood?
According to Wikipedia.org, blood plasma. As the liquid component of whole blood.
No. No. I think I've seen that happen to a multitude of people. I don't know. I don't think it's like a paranormal thing. A lot of people have been having that problem. A lot of people have been making a meme about it, about Siri making like a sexy moan for some reason. But nah, I don't think that's like a paranormal thing. For some reason, it's like a bug with a Siri that a lot of people have. I've seen that happen to other people. It's not
Hide and seek.
It's not a
Jordanian Snapchat live streamer Ahmad Salhi travels to an allegedly haunted and abandoned house in the remote countryside of Jordan. Locals believe the house to be haunted by an evil jinn or spirit. When Ahmad is showing the exterior of the house to his live Snapchat audience, viewers spot something that Ahmad doesn't see. In one of the windows up on the second floor, a dark shadow
I didn't see that.
Seen. Now, because it's a live stream,
I was looking in one of the other windows.
This blurry shape could be. It could easily be explained as a trick of the light, or maybe even a dark object or doorway inside the room. But then, Ahmad starts hearing strange sounds from that same window.
طلع الشباك بيفتح وسكر وحياة رب العزة بيفتح وبسكر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Sounds like a
After
voice.
Ahmad Salhi hears the odd slamming sounds, he finally decides to go inside the creepy building to investigate.
Why?
That's when things get a bit weird.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ها هيو بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. هيو.
Did you see it?
No.
As Ahmad turns around, the small head of what appears to be a child can be seen peeking from behind a doorway.
Ooh, and then he whoosh,
the face
back
quickly
in the door.
retreats, and when Ahmad rushes over, no one there.
Why is there no one there?
Noise coming from behind him, and when he looks over, the keys he used to open the entrance are dangling as if someone or something just touched them.
No. Oh, he has the keys to the place. Ooh, somebody ran. Somebody knocked it over and ran. I saw that. It was a child-looking person. Somebody ran and knocked it over.
As soon as Ahmad opens the door, a mysterious child seems to take down a heavy mattress as he makes a run for it. Ahmad rushes forward and checks everywhere, but he's unable to find the boy. The child seems to have simply disappeared without a trace. So did Ahmad capture the apparition of a playful young child? Could it be that he captured a sinister, shape-shifting jinn? Let me know what you think.
No, I refuse, son. The girl in Argentina and this guy, Ahmad Salhi, seems to be the scariest ones. When it comes to like paranormal stuff, it's not that I like believe. I don't believe in like, you know, ghosts, demons, things like that. But I am grown up in my grandma's side of the family, which is a huge chunk of my family, is, you know, Church of God in Christ. And, you know, they've raised me from birth to think that, oh, you know, extraordinary things do exist. You know, good and bad, you know, God exists, Jesus exists, angels exist, you know, things can happen, you know, but also demons exist, ghosts exist, spirits exist, you know. I'm not going to say that I like believe in all that, but I do believe that there's some sort of plane where things like that exist, that when it comes to this, all we have is shadows, things being thrown, things being moved, sounds. Maybe we'll feel cold. But before I end the video, I did tell y'all before I was gonna tell my little story. I do have a little paranormal story, I guess. It was a dark and gloomy night on a day just like this one. Nah, I'm playing. Okay, no, but for real though, it was, I want to say 4 years ago. So I was in the 8th grade, and that's when we had Lana, our dog. I forgot what breed she is. I'm not really good with dog breeds. It was this one day, it was broad daylight outside, it was like the afternoon. Everyone in the house was gone. It was only me, and Lana was with me. So you know, dogs can hear at more frequencies than we can. And I believe that they can even see better than us. They have better eyesight than us. So they have better sense of these things than we do. I'm in my room, on my phone. No one's at the house. It's only me and Lana. I'm on my phone, on my bed, and she's on my lap. It's absolute silence, absolute peace, absolute quiet, absolute solitude. And she's in my lap, and no sounds coming from my phone. so there's no sound. It's pure quiet. The setup of my room was you walk in, like you have the door, and then you have the bed, and then you have the dresser parallel to the bed, and on the far side of the room was the closet. I'm on my bed, on my phone, Lana in my lap. On the far side of the room where the closet is cracked open. It's already like that. Out of nowhere, I hear a whisper come from the closet. I couldn't make out the words, but I just imagine quiet and just hear this. That's exactly what but it was a real slow, a real breathy whisper. I heard it loud and clear because it was quiet. And I thought I was tripping. Lana got up and her ears poked up. She got all alerted and worried, and then she like started like surveying the room. And when that happened, I got my phone, I got Lana, I got some shoes, and I went out in the front yard until my parents came. I was not staying in that house, son. I told you, Black, we do not play the games. I don't think I've told my parents that. I mean, even if I did, they probably wouldn't believe me. Whenever it comes to people and having paranormal, you know, stuff like that happen, normally it's unbelievable. And even if you have a lot of footage of it, normally people are like, nah, special effects, you have strings in your house. I don't know, people, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, there does, every once in a while, stuff does happen that can't be explained. When it comes to stuff that can't be explained, I think that's when that whole entire world of the paranormal comes into play. But that was real scary. Like I said, I thought I was tripping, but when Lana heard it, when she started tripping, I was like, no. This is a real thing that happened to me 4 years ago. I can't make this up. It was in the old house, but I can't make this up. Like, of course I don't have any footage or nothing, but it happened nonetheless. But anyway, ever since then, I haven't really had any paranormal stuff happen to me. I hope to God I never do. I don't know what could possibly make me so attractive to ghosts. I mean, like I said, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.